everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schlunt's Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls volleyball contest between the visiting Shamrocks of Bishop Feehan High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Fans, we just finished up covering the JV match between Brookline and Bishop Feehan. Brookline taking that one 2-0. And now we're here on varsity, and the reason I say we, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm not alone on this broadcast. Joining me once again as my color commentator for this volleyball match, Brookline High sophomore Sam Lowenstein. Sam, happy to have you back with me to cover some more BHS volleyball.
Nice to be again here for the second game of our doubleheader this afternoon after the Brookline JV team won 2-0 on sets over Bishop Feehan in a back and forth game. Weirdly, Brookline sweeping in straight sets, but both of those sets were close affairs at various points. But for this one here, Jesse, varsity game, Brookline against Bishop Feehan. Bishop Feehan, in their last 5 games, they are 3-2. They lost their last game 3-2 against Oliver Ames High School. And Brookline, the Warriors, in their last 5 games, they're 4-1 on a 3-game win streak, and they won their last game 3-0 against Milton High School.
Both teams on a 3-game win streak at the moment. Bishop Feehan has had a real roller coaster of a season, won their first 6 matches, started the season 8-1, then lost 3 straight, and has now won 3 straight. Brookline, like you said, Sam, also won 3 straight. Very close in record, Bishop Feehan at 11-4, Brookline at 12-3, but the strength of schedule making a big difference in the MIAA Division I power rankings. Brookline coming in at 5th in the power rankings that came out this morning. Bishop Feehan at 13th. So on paper, Brookline with the advantage, but we don't play these games on paper. We play them on the court. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. And remember, as always, if there's anything you'd like to say, fans, we always encourage audience participation either in the live chat here on YouTube, or you can send me an email. You can see my email on the bottom right corner of your screen. And so any message you would like to say, we would welcome it. We got our first in the live chat from Adrian Fricky saying, very simple, go Warriors. And you can send a message as simple as that, go Warriors, go Shamrocks, whatever. No matter what team you're rooting for, we appreciate fans bringing the good vibes in the live chat. You know, or maybe you want to show your support for a specific player. Maybe you're tuning in to watch a family member or a friend, and you want to give them a shout out. What can also be fun, sometimes we hear about people tuning in to watch these games from different states or even different countries. With these online live streams, they can be watched all over the world. No regional blackouts here on YouTube, so sometimes it can be fun to hear about where people are tuning in from. On a more important side, however, it can be good for you guys to let us know if there are any technical difficulties going on with the live stream, whether it be with the video or the audio or anything like that. Things should be good today. I have no reason to expect that there will be any problems, but that's why you need to speak up if you notice any problems. And then, of course, if I am messing up the pronunciation of any players' names, I encourage you to correct me. I've covered a bunch of games for Brookline, but you never know. There might be someone whose name just I haven't been corrected on yet. And then for Bishop Feehan's side, I've not covered them before, so my first guess might be wrong on some of those players. But we're about to get this one underway. The two teams lining up for the pregame handshake. And we'll soon be getting this match underway. Remember, fans, it's a best-of-5 match here, meaning the first to 3 sets wins the match. The sets individually are decided first to 25 points. You have to win by a margin of at least 2 points. Can't win 25-24. And then if after 4 sets they are tied at 2 apiece, we go to a do-or-die 5th set that will be first to 15, win by 2. The starters coming out onto the floor for the two teams. For Brookline, we see number 2, Emily Ferdinand, number 7, Bella Bacon, number 10, Molly Tipton, number 16, Stasia Budnick, number 13, Nora Mullen, and number 3, Malia Thompson. Presumably one of them will sub out, probably Thompson from the back line in place of the libero, number 6, Noga Neve. And a big milestone for Brookline recently as their setter, Nora Mullen, number 13, as a junior, recorded her 1,000th career assist as the team's starting setter. So big milestone for her. And indeed, Neve will check in place of Thompson. Looks like Brookline will get the first serve to start us off. And we'll pick up the Bishop-Feehan names as we go along, as we get ready to get this one started. Mullen with the lefty serve to start. It's dug out by the libero, Abigail Sylvester. Set up for a long shot. Sails long off the hand of number 17, Mia Barnes. Brookline with the first point.
And Jesse, that's a really good serve from Nora Mullen, forcing Sylvester to dive out forward, ultimately leading to the Brookline point.
Another shallow serve, another diving dig. Set up this time a tap over, and this time it's Brookline that can't dig it out, as I believe that was number 23, Shannon Lamorticelli, picking up Bishop-Feehan's first kill, and the setter number 8, Kira Reed, picking up her first assist.
That's such a nice jump set from Reed, able to adjust on the fly, leading to the point.
This serve received by Neve, set by Mullen, and Budnick whiffed on the spike as she didn't get enough height on that jump. Bishop-Feehan gets the point.
Well, it seems, Jesse, that Budnick, she didn't get the height she needed on the jump, but also the set was a little bit low, so she just ended up going with the ball.
This serve from Barnes, received by Neve. It's going to be bumped up by Molly Tipton. Punched over there, and a diving dig from Bishop-Feehan. They set up the roll shot, dug out by Ferdinand, set by Mullen. Spike from Tipton, and she launches that one. And it'll be another point for Bishop-Feehan off another mistake.
Interestingly there, Molly Tipton really did everything right. Good approach, good setup, decent distance between the blockers, just hit it off.
Serve received by Ferdinand, bumped up by Neve, and sent over by Tipton. Received, set by Reed, and awkward bump over. Received by Neve, set by Mullen, tap over by Bella Bacon. They dig it out. That's Lamorticelli setting up, and that spike is blocked. Great block from Brookline.
Looks like Stasia Budnick got her hands on that one. Both her and Bacon, great cohesion to come over. Brookline looking to get back into it after Bishop-Feehan's looked good in the early going.
The block from Stasia Budnick, now the serve from Mullen, received by Barnes, set by Reed, tapped over by Emily Jones, and Emily Jones picks up her first kill as Bishop-Feehan attacking early in this one.
That's good play from Bishop-Feehan. That tap over from Jones causing a bit of danger as Mullen and Neve both seem to go for it.
This serve taken a bit erroneously, kept alive by Bacon and bumped over by Neve. Received there by Lamorticelli, set by Reed. A tap over by Jones, dug out by Mullen. Kept alive by Budnick and bumped over by Neve. Received there by Barnes, set by Reed. The spike off the net court, dug out by Neve. Close to the net, cannot be followed up. And I think we can generously give the kill to number 9, Caroline Dunn, on that play.
Dunn completing the play for Bishop-Feehan, but for Brookline, what a play in the backcourt from Bella Bacon, keeping that play alive in the first place.
Serve received by Neve, set by Mullen. Budnick, a hard spike to the left side for her first kill of the day.
Stasia Budnick, that's exactly what she does so well, Jesse, on those quick sets through the middle. Perfect placement.
First kill for her, first assist for Nora Mullen. Serve from Budnick is going to go into the net as Bishop-Feehan back up by 3.
Looked like Budnick for a second there that the ball was going to go over, and Bishop-Feehan were going to have to do a lot to get to it, but it curved to the side a little bit, Jesse. Interesting there. Came out like a slider.
On serve for the Shamrocks now, number 3, Brooke Mitchell. This serve is received, set by Mullen. Ferdinand fires, and Ferdinand misses. We got a lot of early mistakes from this Brookline team here in the first set.
Well, this varsity start mirroring in some ways the start to the JV game where Bishop-Feehan were up 8-2 over Brookline in the first set.
Serve Mitchell, received by Bacon, bumped up by Mullen. Ferdinand tries again, and she's not going to miss twice. Emily Ferdinand with a laser for her first kill.
Ferdinand, the hardest spike we've seen in this game for Brookline. Perfect positioning, great set, and very well fluid play from Brookline.
On serve now, number 9, Maya Knock. Serve is received by Barnes, kept alive by Reed. Tap over by Lamorticelli, taken by Ferdinand, set by Mullen. Thompson drives it down, and more great accuracy from the middle hitters for Brookline.
Thompson going to the opposite side of what Budnick did. Budnick with a lot of success hitting left. Thompson a bit of a weaker hit, but in exactly the right place.
This one's set up by Mitchell, and it's a cross-court spike from Dunn as Bishop Feehan answers right back.
Dunn taking advantage of Maya Knock being a bit out of position. Played back for Brookline, and Dunn hitting it just in front of her.
8-5, the Shamrocks lead. Serve from Dunn is going to drop in for an ace.
Great job by Dunn there, and she's looked really good here in the early going. 2 kills, 1 ace.
This serve here, received by Bacon, set by Mullen. Tap over by Thompson, dug out by Barnes, set by Mitchell. The spike out of the middle, deflected, taken by Neve. Set by Mullen. From the back, it's Bacon, and that one is dug out there by Diamante. Set by Mitchell. A long roll shot from Barnes goes just too far, and Brookline gets a point off the error.
And Barnes trying to make something out of nothing in a difficult spot. But what we've seen on a lot of those roll shots in this game, and also in past games, they're very hard to pinpoint. You have to turn around fully to execute them well.
Number 11, Mia Jones, now on serve for Brookline. This one is received by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. A spike dug out by Neve, set by Mullen. Spike Bacon to the back corner. That drops in.
Perfect placement from Bacon. Brookline having a lot of success here in the first set from the outside hitter position. Their cohesion has increased so much, and the setter to hitter combinations. And that all stems from good serve receives from the Warriors.
4 assists now for Mullen as this serve from Jones is dug out by Sylvester, bumped up by Mitchell. Long spike dug out by Jones, bumped up by Mullen. A roll shot is blocked. Great recovery by Thompson, followed up by Knock, punched over by Bacon. Dug out there by Dunn, set by Mitchell. Spike Barnes deflected, dug out by Neve, set by Mullen. Bacon another spike, and it goes wide off the blocker's hands. Another kill for Bella Bacon.
And also a great serve receive from Mia Jones to set that whole thing up. Came up a bit up on her body. Not a difficult receive by any means. She makes it happen.
Yeah. A good spike receive, we should say, as Brookline is on serve right now. Jones, the serve, dug out by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. A tap over there, received by Bacon, set by Mullen. Tap over by Thompson, taken by Barnes, set by Mitchell. The spike there does get through, and that'll be a kill for number 15, Ella Perkoski.
Good job from Perkoski. Maya Knock lined up a bit to the right side. But on that play, what I was referring to, Mia Jones had a good spike receive, but also a good serve receive at the beginning.
She served it over. That's not a receive.
She served it over?
Yes. Serve from Sylvester, taken by Knock, bumped up by Mullen. Tap over from Bacon with the left hand. It's dug out by Mitchell, followed up by Sylvester. Barnes, the roll shot, taken by Neve off the ceiling, followed up well by Mullen, and punched over by Bacon, goes off the hands of Barnes, followed up by Sylvester, punched over by Barnes, taken by Neve, sent on 2 by Mullen. Great placement from Nora Mullen for the kill.
What a job by Mullen, Jesse, taking advantage of Bishop Feehan. Both their outside hitter and their middle being lined up upwards right behind them.
Now Bishop Feehan setting this one up. A long spike from Perkoski is going to miss, and Brookline ties it up at 10 apiece.
Perkoski there off of a decent set, just timed it up a little bit behind.
And we got a timeout called by Bishop Feehan. Interesting to see a timeout called with a tie, Sam. You wonder if Bishop Feehan, after that strong early lead they had, they were up 7-3 at one point. They've since been outscored 7-3 exactly. You think they might be worried about Brookline's building momentum?
Oh, 100%. This Warriors team, number 5 ranked in the state. They were number 1 ranked going into the year. Such a talent pool that the Warriors varsity roster has here. And again, this game mirrors the JV first set as well.
And, you know, you talk about the depth that they have, Sam. You really hit the nail on the head. 5 different players already have kills for Brookline. 2 from Bella Bacon, and then 1 each from Emily Ferdinand, Malia Thompson, Stasia Budnick, and Nora Mullen. 2 of their lead hitters in Molly Tipton and Mia Jones haven't even gotten a kill yet, and they've already got 5 different killers through the first 20 points of the match.
It's incredible. So much depth in this Warriors roster.
Noga Neve on serve out of the timeout. This one is received, set by Mitchell, a spike by Lamorticelli off the hand of Neve. Great chase down by Jones, and oh, Neve could not get enough height on that hit over, and the point goes to Bishop Feehan.
Right idea there from Noga Neve, but she hit it too much with her arms rather than getting the ideal bump, and as a result, it had too much of a lowered trajectory.
This serve coming in from Reed, received by Jones, set by Mullen, a spike from Budnick. Trying to do that sideways hit she loves so much, but she misses it just wide.
The thing with Budnick, she has to time up those sideways hits perfectly, or else that's what's going to happen.
This serve, received by Knock, bumped up by Neve, and Bacon tried to go for a deep roll shot there, but got a little too on top of it. 3 unanswered points for Bishop Feehan off of Brookline mistakes out of the timeout.
It's a good job by the server, Caroline Dunn. She's had a good day as well. 2 kills, 1 ace.
And Kira Reed back on serve for Bishop Feehan as it's dug out by Jones, set by Mullen. Spike Budnick. She didn't miss that time. Like you said, Sam, she's got to hit that one perfectly, and that time she hit it perfectly.
Well, Kira Reed, excuse me, Jesse. The 8 looked like a 9 there for some reason.
But an excellent kill for Budnick, her 2nd. Mullen, her 6th assist. Serve from Mullen, received by Dunn. Set by Jones, bumped over by Reed, taken by Neve. Set by Mullen, spike by Molly Tipton.
Tipton in a perfect position, a great set for Brookline, and Chance coming on the sideline. The Warriors looking good, but Bishop Feehan still fighting back. Again, this team, Bishop Feehan, a very good record they have.
Serve from Mullen, received by Sylvester, chased down by Reed. Long shot over from Barnes, taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Bacon sends it to the back corner. Beautiful roll shot from Bella Bacon for the kill.
And you don't see that much. A great roll shot from Bacon in the face of blocking.
Very well executed. Great read of the defense, and her 3rd kill. Serve received by Sylvester, set by Reed. Lamorticelli, the hard spike, and she misses it long. And Brookline answers Bishop Feehan's point streak with one of their own as they go up 14-13.
Lamorticelli there with a Stasia Budnick style shot, but harder and too far.
This serve taken by Sylvester, and that's going to be an ace for Nora Mullen. Brookline now up 2.
Nora Mullen, such a great setter for the Warriors, 8 assists, and now she adds an ace to her 8 assists and 1 kill.
This serve dug out barely, set by Reed, bumped over by Lamorticelli. Taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Spike Budnick is dug out by Reed, set by Jones, punched over, taken by Brookline, set by Mullen, tap over by Tipton, chased down by Sylvester, set by Reed. Barnes, the roll shot, taken by Neve, bumped up by Mullen. Bacon tries to roll a shot. It's blocked. Recovered by Budnick. Followed up by Jones. And bumped over by Bacon. Sent back on 1. Taken by Bacon. Set by Mullen. From the right, it's Tipton. Deflected and kept alive. We're still going at the net. Tipton again! Molly Tipton would not be denied a 2nd time.
What a hit from Molly Tipton. Right place, right time, and she just tanks over the ball.
16-13 as Brookline wins an epic rally. Serve from Mullen as she follows it up with her 2nd ace of the day.
All the momentum in favor of the Warriors. What a service rally this has been for Nora Mullen, so consistent in her serves, and also 2 aces as part of it.
This serve received by Sylvester, set by Reed from the right side. The spike from Barnes delivered perfectly as Bishop-Feehan finally puts an end to Brookline's point streak. That was 7 unanswered, 6 on serves from Nora Mullen, but Mia Barnes picks up her first kill to end it.
It's a game of runs.
This serve from Barnes received by Neve, set by Mullen, tipped in the spike. It's dug out by Diamante, barely followed up by Barnes, and Diamante pushes it over. Taken by Jones, set by Mullen, spike Budnick, dug out by Diamante, set by Reed. Lamorticelli the spike, but did she touch the net? No, they say Budnick touched the net. And so it wasn't actually a full kill for Bishop-Feehan, but they still get the point either way. And it would have been a kill anyway, even without the touch of the net. Served by Barnes, received by Jones, chased down by Mullen, punched over by Bacon, taken by Emily Jones, set by Diamante, punched over by Caroline Dunn, as Bishop-Feehan is putting together a run of their own.
Dunn turning around, off balance hit down for Bishop-Feehan. And Bishop-Feehan, they've struggled in serve receive at times, but in their actual fluidity of play, they have been quite good.
17-16, the narrow Brookline advantage here in set number 1. Barnes the serve, received by Mia Jones, somehow followed up off the ceiling by Neve and punched over by Tipton. Received by Barnes, set up for Lamorticelli, diving dig by Neve, followed up by Budnick. Tipton a hard punch, and Tipton gets the kill. But how about Noga Neve saving the play twice in that rally, Sam?
What a game she has had. Again, one of our games together that we did for this varsity team here at Brookline High School in Schlentz. Noga Neve had an incredible game, 8 aces. What a day she's had already so far.
And this one whiffed on the spike attempt by Caroline Dunn, as Brookline now starting to open things up as we head into the later stages of this first set. 19-16, the Warriors lead.
And Neve doing some more of the unsung stuff for Brookline.
Serve from Bacon, received by Sylvester, awkwardly followed up by Dunn, bumped over by Lamorticelli. Taken by Neve, set by Mullen. From the right, it's Tipton, and Tipton with another power shot.
Molly Tipton hitting it there past Abigail Sylvester, who couldn't do much about that one. Molly Tipton hitting it into a perfect spot. Sylvester in the middle back libero position.
That serve too long there from Bella Bacon, as Bishop-Feehan trailing by 3 will go back on serve. Before that, that was the 4th kill for Molly Tipton, 9th assist for Nora Mullen. This serve received by Neve, kept alive off the net by Mullen, bumped over by Ferdinand. Taken by Lamorticelli, set up for her, and not Lamorticelli, excuse me, number 22, Charlotte Brennan, picking up her first kill, as number 4, Rachel Diamante, picks up her 2nd assist. This serve received by Neve, set by Mullen. Ferdinand the spike off the net cord for the kill.
Great spike from Emily Ferdinand, perfect spot again. She just has such great positioning, Jesse, out of that outside hitter spot.
2nd kill for Ferdinand, already 10 assists for Nora Mullen. This serve received by Barnes, set by Reed. From the right side, it's Emily Jones, and Emily Jones misses it just wide.
Jones there going for a side shot with nobody in the right quadrant at the back right part of the court, but missing. Brookline 3 away from winning the first set.
And a timeout called by Bishop-Feehan as they trail Brookline by 4. And like you said, Sam, Brookline is closer to winning this first set than Bishop-Feehan is to coming back and tying it. And we talked about the depth of attackers for Brookline so far. Let's take a look at it again. We got 4 kills from Molly Tipton, 3 from Bella Bacon, 2 each from Emily Ferdinand and Stasia Budnick, and then 1 each from Malia Thompson and Nora Mullen. So just a great spread of offense for this Brookline team. Not just multiple players with kills, but multiples with multiple kills.
Exactly. Across the board, a great performance. Bishop-Feehan has also done a quite great job. Again, not a lot of players with multiple kills, but definitely kills across the board with players with at least one.
Out of the timeout, 22-18, the Brookline lead. Budnick on serve. Serve, dug out just barely, bumped up by Reed, and they can't follow that one up. Maybe just slightly short of a full ace, but still a great serve from Stasia Budnick.
Exactly, Budnick, such a versatile player, a really strong server, and of course, at the middle position, such a threat for Brookline.
This serve is going to be dug out by Dunn, set by Reed. Dunn taps it over. Oh, and miscommunication on who is going to take that one, as Bishop Feehan will take the point.
It's a really good set from Kira Reed, and of course, also just a nice strategic move from Caroline Dunn just to hit it over Brookline's blockers. That's one of the most important things, or one of the many important things here at the varsity level, to take advantage of openings when you see them.
Serve from Mitchell, received awkwardly, kept alive. Did Neve get it over? She did! Taken by Mitchell, bumped up by Diamante, and Brookline takes the point. They had no right taking that point, but the hustle and bustle of the Brookline players to make lemonade out of lemons with that third hit from Noga Neve just barely crossing the net.
That's unbelievable, Jesse. Brookline has shown this time in and time out that they're able to, as you said, make lemonade out of lemons, take a difficult situation, turn it into a point.
Set point here, knock the serve, set by Mitchell, the spike deflected and dug out there by Bacon. Set by Mullen, Ferdinand fires off the hands, chased down by Barnes. Bumped up off the ceiling as the Schlentz ceiling claims another victim, and Brookline claims the first set win, 25-19.
Really strong set for Brookline. Bishop Feehan got out to a 7-3 lead at the beginning of this set. Then Brookline took it to a 10-10 game on a 7-3 run. Then back and forth here and there. Brookline with a slight edge, and the Warriors eventually taking this one. Some of Brookline's highest kill leaders in this first set: Stasia Budnick, 2 kills. Emily Ferdinand, also 2 kills as the leaders right now. Also Nora Mullen, 2 aces, 1 kill. And at the finale, you can't beat the ceiling.
I also wouldn't undersell Molly Tipton's 4 kills and Bella Bacon's 3 kills.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
100%.
I know, there's so many. How do you keep track of them all,
Exactly.
right? It's insane.
Across the board, you see
Absolutely.
2 kills here, 3 kills here, but then there's another 4
it's
kills
all over
you
the
totally
map.
miss.
Yeah, it's like you gotta like go look at it. You're looking at a map trying to read it all. Good first set from Brookline. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We're going to take a break and mute our mics and run us a YouTube ad break, but we will be back with the second set of this match. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Schlunz Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts, here to bring you the second set of this high school varsity girls volleyball contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Feehan Shamrocks. We're actually going to swap roles for this set, mix things up a little bit. Sam is going to take over on the play-by-play while I will be your color commentator. Sam, the floor is yours. Tell us what's coming here.
Well, Brookline winning the first set by a score of 25-19, a set that Feehan actually got off to a very hot start in, going to take a 7-3 lead. Brookline tied it up at 10-10 after their own 7-3 run, and then eventually the Warriors took the reins of the set in really a back and forth affair. Now on to serve for Feehan is Mia Barnes to start the second. Barnes serves it, line drive serve. Neve digs it off the ground somehow. Budnick tries to hit it over with one hand, and she cannot. First point of the second set goes to Feehan.
Yeah, quick hands from Neve to give them a chance at all, but just couldn't get a good enough hit that Brookline was able to follow up.
Barnes, hard serve at Ferdinand. Ferdinand to Mullen. Stasia Budnick, there's those side hits.
Boy, I love watching a player that knows how to read defenses and place the ball where the defenders aren't, and there's not too many that do it better on this Brookline squad than Stasia Budnick.
Bella Bacon serving for Brookline. Bacon taken by Sylvester the libero. Up in the air, hit over by Dunn. Bacon. Mullen over to Emily Ferdinand, taps it. Up in the air, Sylvester. Now hit down by Caroline Dunn. Hits off the net cord, and it's Brookline's point.
You know, Sam, we see plenty of hits where hitting it off the net cord and changing the trajectory helps the hitter. That time it did not help Dunn. That flew out.
Bacon serves it, knuckle down. Now over, hits the net cord. Neve gets to it. Mullen, tipped in, hard hit. Back over towards the net, off the net, and pinged back. Nothing Feehan can do there.
Boy, maybe not a full kill there for Molly Tipton, but still a great hit from an awkward angle, and I feel like a broken record talking about how many times Noga Neve has saved a point for Brookline already in this match.
Bacon serves it deep. This one taken by Dunn. Over quickly, and Feehan somehow gets it over. Unbelievable play by Neve. Ferdinand back over. Now it is Reed over top to Caroline Dunn. She gets the point for the Shamrocks, 3-2.
Boy, that was a fun rally, Sam. That's the kind of rally that makes you love watching volleyball. Both teams hustling, scrambling, making the best of the situation to stay alive, and it finishes in a great kill.
Lamorticelli serving. Neve quickly over Budnick. Diving or lunging attempt, and now bumped over. Tipton. Mullen, back to Tipton. Tipton straight down. Point for Brookline.
Boy, and Brookline may not have gotten the point on that first hit over, but they put Feehan out of sorts defensively and got a clean sequence there. Molly Tipton, her 5th kill. She leads the team.
Stasia Budnick serving. Budnick's taken middle back by Barnes. Bit of an exchange. Budnick up in the air. Mullen to Ferdinand. Ferdinand roll shot. Gets the point for the Warriors.
We've mentioned it in matches past, Sam, but I love all the different kinds of smoke Emily Ferdinand brings with her hits. We know she can bring those lasers when she goes for a power shot.
Budnick serves it at the center, and it's awkwardly tapped and bumped by Mia Barnes. Point for Brookline, and a run starting here in the second set.
Boy, I can't even always finish my analysis. Brookline's just racking up points so fast.
Reminds me of when I do color and they do this. Up tempo, off the hands of Abigail Sylvester trying to bump it, and yet another point for Brookline.
And another ace for Stasia Budnick, her 2nd.
Budnick serves it at Sylvester. Sylvester up in the air to Reed. Reed over to Dunn through the Brookline blocking.
And Caroline Dunn, a powerful hitter for Feehan. 6 kills for her so far today, 7 assists for Kira Reed.
Well, that combination has proved very deadly for Feehan. Now serving is Brooke Mitchell. She has 2 assists on the game. Mitchell serves at Bacon. Bacon to Mullen. Quick tap to Malia Thompson. Now tapped up in the air by Brooke Mitchell, but she can't get much out of it. Coming forward, point for Brookline.
Nice tap over by Malia Thompson. Usually those taps, you try and put them in no man's land, push it to the back that time, and threw them off.
Now serving Maya Knock for Brookline. 4 at the back for Bishop Feehan. Knock serves it ahead of Caroline Dunn.
And boy, that was almost a little bit of foreshadowing from you there, Sam. You're like, oh, they're all at the back, and Knock, at the exact moment you said that, sends in a shallow serve for an ace.
We saw this a little bit in the JV game. Servers trying to take advantage of when teams have 4 at the back, trying to go with a short serve, but as a result of that, good job by Knock there to get it over. Sometimes, as a result, it ends up hitting the net.
All right. A lot of a great start for Brookline, I would say, Sam. I mean, we talked about how in the first set they got off to a rough start. Bishop Feehan had that early 7-3 lead. Brookline now up 9-3 to start this one. Volleyball, a game of runs, and if Brookline is able to ride the momentum off that strong finish they had in the first set, they could really take control of this second set here as long as they keep things rolling out of this timeout.
Definitely, Jesse, and it just seemed that in the beginning of the first set they were discombobulated, maybe weren't warmed up properly, something of that nature, because Brookline's looking like their usual selves right now. The Warriors are doing great things here in the second set. Maya Knock serving. Knock serves it at Sylvester. Sylvester over to Mitchell. Now hit down by Dunn. Brookline can't get the rebound attempt.
Caroline Dunn trying to carry Bishop Feehan single-handedly back into this set. 7 kills for her, as no one else on the team has more than 1 kill.
Now serving up in the air. Mullen to Ferdinand, hits the net.
Yeah, I don't think that one even went over. And Brookline's got to be careful. We know this is a game of runs. We've been saying it ad nauseum all day today, even going back to the JV match. And Bishop Feehan could run this one back.
Dunn serving. She has 1 ace already. Dunn serves that Knock. Mullen back over. Bumped over by Neve. To the back line for Bishop Feehan. Mitchell over to the right side to Perkowski. She hits the net, and it's 10-5 Warriors.
And that actually really started with that backline bump from Noga Neve. A lot of times when you're on a third hit bump, you can't really attack in any way. But Neve got it as close to an attack as you could, sending it all the way back and throwing Bishop Feehan onto their back foot on that sequence.
3 at the back this time for Bishop Feehan. Decently shallow. Comes off of Sylvester. Back to Sylvester, bumped over. Neve. Mullen. Malia Thompson through the middle to the right side. Sylvester can't get to it.
And another great, accurately assessed and accurately executed play out of the middle for Brookline.
Malia Thompson has done so well on those side shots. Long serve from Mia Jones, a little too far.
Yeah, speaking of those plays through the middle, both of their primary middle blockers, Stasia Budnick and Malia Thompson, have 3 kills each, Sam. Brookline's been executing consistently out of the middle.
Sylvester serving to Neve. Neve up to Mullen, over to Bacon, hits the ceiling off the bump from Dunn, and there's nothing you can do about the ceiling.
Yeah, that Schlunz ceiling can be unforgiving sometimes. I think we can be generous and give a kill to Bella Bacon on that one, her 4th.
The ceiling always wins, Jesse. Neve serves it. 2 players for Bishop Feehan, and Mitchell sets it back. Good spike down.
That's the 2nd kill of the day for Ella Perkowski. She is just the 2nd player for Bishop Feehan to have multiple kills today, behind Caroline Dunn's 7.
Well, that's the interesting thing. Most of the kills have rode through Dunn. Kira Reed serving. Jones, right side Mullen. Quick set to Budnick, gets through the blockers.
Boy, and you know, Sam, we were just talking about how well the middle hitters for Brookline have been executing on smart, accurate plays. That time, Budnick just goes for the power shot and shows she can do that too.
Mullen serving for Brookline. Reed over to the right side, hit by Barnes. Mullen, quick to Stasia Budnick. Right where the defenders are and in between two of them.
Stasia Budnick threading the needle on that one. Like you said, Sam, away from the blockers, out to the left where the defenders weren't. Her 5th kill.
Serve received by Sylvester. Reed hit from the back line by Barnes. Tapped back over. Now Bacon slams it. Barnes hitting. What a rally this has been. Sylvester over to Barnes. Tapped over again. This time it's Mullen to Tipton. Molly Tipton through the blocking of Bishop Feehan. Point for Brookline.
And boy, Sam, a great rally like you were saying. And you know what? Sometimes it's just a matter of getting to that point where you can execute cleanly.
Serve from Mullen. Reed. Right side Barnes. Receive by Mullen. Now set by Neve. Tapped over by Knock. Reed. Over to the outside. It's Barnes. Neve. Bump set. Molly Tipton across the net cord. Now it comes back off the net and bumped over by Sylvester. Neve. Mullen. Over to Bacon. Bacon hits the net. Point for Bishop Feehan.
Boy, we're seeing some great rallies these past couple of points, Sam. Both teams showing that they have that ability to, execute when things start getting crazy. And that's what you expect from high-level programs like these.
Serve from Barnes. Hits the net and almost goes over, but it pings back.
Yeah, it started to roll over. The net started to bend for it. It was like I saw it go over, and then it didn't, Sam. That was an optical illusion. Or maybe my eyes are just getting old.
Oh, something else. Looked like that to me.
Okay, so it's not just me. I
Definitely
feel a little
not.
less old. Thank you, Sam.
Definitely
I appreciate
not,
it.
Jesse. Serve now for Bella Bacon. Comes off of the bump attempt from Caroline Dunn. And way back. Point for Brookline. And this one's starting to really run away from Bishop Feehan.
Oh, I loved the spin from that serve from Bella Bacon. You could see how intensely it spun off the arms of the defender.
Bacon. This time, a weaker serve, does well, and somehow hit back over by Bishop Feehan. Mullen over to Emily Ferdinand. Comes off the face of Barnes. Sylvester now hit over by Bishop Feehan. Set, right side, Tipton through the blockers. What a play by Sylvester. Bumped over by Reed. Mullen, Ferdinand, off balance. Hits off of Kira Reed. Point for Brookline.
Wow, I give so much credit to Bishop Feehan for how long they hung in that point, Sam. But ultimately, great execution by Emily Ferdinand for her 4th kill. Nora Mullen, her 20th assist.
Served by Bacon. Reed. Quick set. Blocked by Stasia Budnick. What a block from her. Budnick right there.
Sam, you could see the Bishop Feehan hitter winding up thinking she had a power shot, and Budnick's like, no, not your power, my power.
She took the power and brought it the other way. Bacon towards the right side along that line, and it's wide right.
Oops, I had the point counts wrong. There we go, 19-9.
More to Shelley, serving, down low to Neve. Over from the set to Emily Ferdinand, and she gets through the blocker.
Yeah, that's the tough thing when you're trying to block a powerful hitter like Emily Ferdinand. Sometimes you get your hands on it, and it just doesn't matter.
Now serving for the first time this game is Marlo Sachs for the Warriors. Sachs serves it deep. Taken by Dunn. Now over to the setter. Back to Dunn. She taps it over. A collision for Brookline. Miscommunication. Nobody went for it on the 3rd touch.
Yeah, nobody even went for it on the 2nd touch. As you're right, Sam, that collision just threw everybody off. It was in such a tight space that nobody knew where they were supposed to be, and they were all just caught staring at each other.
Brooke Mitchell serving for Bishop Feehan. Mitchell. Knuckle serve. Bacon. Mullen over to Tipton. Too far. Too far out of bounds.
Yeah, I like the idea from Tipton. She just didn't have enough downward trajectory on that one. You gotta set it even more down when you're hitting at a tight angle like she did there.
Mitchell Serves it deep this time, set back over, and now Skylar Makaleski in the game for the first time, and she gets her first kill.
Oh boy, I loved the spin there from Skylar Makaleski on that hit. Always so much fun when you can see how much spin it has as it breezes off the hands of the would-be receiver.
Knock serving for Brookline. Knock short serve. Received back off the net and somehow hit over. Sachs over the Mullen. Malia Thompson hits it down for Brookline. They take a 22-11 lead. 3 more points needed for the Warriors.
We've talked about the power. We've talked about the precision. That time it was both. Great hit by Thompson.
Knock serving. Deep serve. Sylvester over to Perkowski. Whistle blown. And
They hit the pole.
Hit the pole.
Yep, that little red and white barber shop looking pole. Can't hit that.
Knock serving again with Brookline at 23, and she hits the net.
Boy, Brookline has really run away with this set here, Sam. You mentioned it earlier how they were really starting to pull away, and it's just gotten more and more, building like an avalanche.
Oh, 100% Jesse Dunn serving. And over end comes awkwardly off the hands of Marlo Sachs.
Yep, Caroline Dunn continuing to have a strong day individually. 7 kills and 2 aces for her so far.
Dunn serves it line drive this time, and Sachs receives it. Mullen over to Makaleski. Through Rachel Diamante.
Boy, take a good look, Brookline fans. You don't get to see too much of Skylar Makaleski this year with how deep they are at hitter. You're going to see a lot more of her in the years to come.
And now she's serving. Brookline serving for the set. It's too far.
Yep, still some work to do for the young sophomore, but boy, I love the promise she already shows as an outside hitter for this Warriors squad.
Sylvester serving for Bishop Feehan, trying to salvage the set. Knock, bumped it. Mullen, quick in the middle to bake in. It hits off the ceiling. Now over to Barnes. Barnes gets it through.
Yep, Brookline, they had their hands on it just enough to disrupt any potential receive as it kind of backfires there.
Sylvester serves it to Sachs. Mullen bumps it back in, Bacon over. Sylvester to Barnes. Barnes taps it forward and by a knockback over. Barnes over to Mitchell. My knock. Mullen. Bacon gets it through. Comes off the ceiling. Mitchell over. Now Sylvester. Sachs for Brookline. Mullen. Bacon taps it. Brookline wins the set.
Oh, that was a beautiful tap over, Sam. Across her body, she was running to her right, saw where the defense was coming to follow her, and she's like, wait a second, there's a whole back end of the court there I can place this ball. Beautiful execution from Bella Bacon for the set-winning point.
Great job, Jesse. Mitchell could not get there as she was out of position relative to where Bacon went to it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this second set. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Brookline takes the second set, 25-15. They're now up 2-0, 1 set away from the sweep win. We're going to take a break here, mute our mics, run a YouTube ad break, and we'll be back with the third and possibly final set of this match. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Schluntz Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the third and possibly final set of this high school varsity girls volleyball match between Brookline and Bishop Feehan. Brookline up 2-0. I'm going to see if I might want to up the brightness just a touch. There we go, as it keeps getting, darker as the sun goes down. Brookline up 2-0. If they win this set, they take the match. Bishop Feehan trying to win at least one set and keep it alive, send us to a fourth set. Brookline took them 25-19 and 25-15. Sam and I are switching back to our original roles. I'll be back on play-by-play for this set. Sam back on color. Sam, what do you think is going to be the key for Brookline to finish strong here in this third set?
Well, Brookline's going to have good setting game and serve receives. That was what carried them to a really cohesive, dominant win. In the second set, they good serve receive. That's been the main thing that we've seen today is at times Bishop Feehan has struggled to defend against Brookline serves. The Warriors have been able to take advantage a lot, and they're going to have to if they want to win this one in a sweep or really just win the game period, win the match period.
Absolutely. And the key member of their passing game, Nora Mullen, who has 25 assists and 2 aces already, will start us off and send it into the net. That was a bit of an announcer jinx. I think I built her up too much, Sam.
Well, also, Bishop Feehan didn't have to receive any serves there.
It'll be Mia Barnes sending it over now for the Shamrocks. This serve taken by Noganave, set by Mullen, spike Stasia Budnick, dog out, kept alive by Bishop Feehan, bumped over by Rachel Diamante. Taken by Ferdinand, set by Mullen, a hard spike, overshot by Molly Tipton. That's going to sail long.
And Molly Tipton just smashed that pretty good set for Brookline, and Tipton just mistiming it a bit too early there.
Barnes the serve again, received by Neve, set by Mullen, spike Tipton through the blockers that time for the kill.
And that's a perfect exchange for Brookline. Noganave doing a great job to control it on the bump, setting up a cohesive exchange and a Warriors point.
You're absolutely right, Sam, as Bacon sends this serve over, and that's going to be an ace. And that's the difference between a strong service receive like Neve nullifying that last spin serve to set up Tipton's kill, and them not being able to handle Bella Bacon's shallow serve as she picks up her second ace. This serve taken by Sylvester, set by Reed. Tap over is successful by Lamorticelli.
And Budnick did a good job to get there, but she was the slightest bit off the net, Jesse, and as a result, that tap over still could happen.
Now on serve is Lamorticelli following the kill. It's taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Spike tipped in, and that one drops on the sideline. Great placement for another kill for Molly Tipton.
That's incredible from Tipton. She showed so much versatility, accuracy, and also the power that she possesses in this game.
This serve is received by Sylvester, set by Reed. Tap by Dunn is blocked. Molly Tipton with the kill and then with the block on the very next point.
And speaking of versatility, Jesse, Molly Tipton, right place, right time, and perfectly timed jump.
4-3, the Brookline lead. Serve from Budnick goes off the hands of Barnes for an ace.
The service receive struggles continue for Bishop Feehan, but going back, Jesse, to that play from Molly Tipton, she also got her hands over the net, so crucial to getting the point.
3 aces now for Budnick as she sends this one over, received by Sylvester, bumped up by Dunn, punched over by Emily Jones, dug out by Tipton, set by Mullen. Ferdinand, the hard spike down the line. They can't stop her.
Ferdinand in the open spot. Good serve receive for Brookline, set, and everything going fluidly.
That is 6 kills for Ferdinand, 28 assists for Mullen. Serve received awkwardly by Sylvester, followed up on the second hit. No dice there as Brookline picks up another point.
And just not much Sylvester could do about that. Serve came in a really tough spot for her. Brookline off to yet another run here in the third set.
Stasia Budnick with a strong serving day. as she sends this one over. A diving dig, kept alive by Reed. A spike is blocked, recovered by Dunn, followed up by Barnes. Dunn punches it over, and Dunn finds the soft spot for another kill.
What a job by Dunn. Forced to her side, adjusting her balance, slightly off balance there, and she still gets the point for Bishop Feehan.
8 kills now for the senior Caroline Dunn. Going on serve now, Brooke Mitchell. Serve received by Bacon, but not to the spot the setter wanted it, and that is going to be an ace for Brooke Mitchell.
Well, here and there, Bishop Feehan has shown spurts of looking very good. Again, Jesse, you take it back to the very beginning of the first set. Bishop Feehan was up 7-3.
This serve awkward, but kept alive by Mullen. Bumped over by Ferdinand. Taken by Dunn. Sent over on 2 by Mitchell. Reacted by Ferdinand. Set by Mullen. Tap over by Thompson. Taken by Dunn. Set by Mitchell. Dunn winds and fires down the line and delivers.
What a job by Dunn. Didn't even have to do much of an approach there. She was in the right spot precisely as the set came in. A really well-placed set as well.
Mitchell back on serve. Received by Bacon. Set by Mullen. Spike Tipton. Great control from Molly Tipton. Yet another kill for her.
Molly Tipton taking advantage of the fact that there was nobody for Bishop Feehan in the whole part of the court to the right side. Nobody home in that area. Everyone shifted over. Tipton going to that area.
9 kills for Tipton, 29 assists for Mullen. Serve from Maya Knock, received by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. Spike through the blockers, and that'll be a successful kill for Charlotte Brennan.
That's a great setup, and Charlotte Brennan with her second kill today. Bishop Feehan has had a bunch of players with kills across the board. Not as much as Brookline, but definitely some.
This serve received by Neve, set by Mullen. Spike Bacon. You talk about not as many kills as Brookline. They add another one to the pile with a shot by Bella Bacon.
Bacon's had a great game, and across the board, Jesse, we talked about this. I was reading through some of the stats of some of Brookline's players. I totally missed a bunch of the others.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
so many.
And Nora Mullen facilitating it all. Recently got her 1,000th career assist. Today she's got 30 more helpers to add to her numbers. Mia Jones sends this one over. Received by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. Spike by Brennan, deflected and recovered by Mullen. Set by Neve. Tap over barely by Bacon. Taken by Mitchell. Bumped up by Sylvester. Tap over by Barnes. Taken by Knock. Set by Mullen. Bacon winds and fires. Dug out by Sylvester. Set by Mitchell. Tap over by Barnes. Chased down by Knox and over on 1. Taken by Barnes. Set by Mitchell. Spike deflected. Kept alive by, almost kept alive, but not quite. And that's going to be a kill for number 15, Ella Perkoski.
That's an unreal attempt, though, from Noga Neve. We've seen this a couple times, just insane dives from her. She dove under the ball there.
Now on serve, Abigail Sylvester. This serve received by Knox and over on 1. Oh, a hard block, but it's recovered by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. Spike Barnes off the net cord, and Barnes delivers off a zany point.
Zany is right, Jesse. A zany run as well for Bishop Feehan. They have sprang back into action here in the third set after Brookline's initial run.
This serve off the net cord, dug out by Neve. Set by Mullen. Spike Bacon, blocked back, recovered by Neve. Set by Mullen. Spike Thompson, and it is kept alive and sent over. But wait, what happened here? A double tap.
Double tap. That's what I was thinking on that play. The way it was set over, more like a push, a strong push than a set.
10-9, the narrow Brookline lead here. Neve, the serve, and she sails it.
Well, Neve there just timed it up a little bit wrong. She got too behind the ball, and that's what happens. You hit it, try to overcompensate when behind it.
Now on serve, Kira Reed for Bishop Feehan. Serve received by Knock. Set by Mullen from the back. It's Mia Jones. Taken by Dunn. Sent over on 1. Oh, Bacon missed on the tap back. And that'll be a point to the Shamrocks.
And Brookline looking a little shell-shocked with the run from Bishop-Feehan. Uncharacteristic mistake there from Bacon, and these are the kind of mistakes that we saw in the early first set.
Another serve from Reed, taken by Jones, set by Mullen. Budnick, the spike, gets under the blocker's hands for another kill.
Great job by Stasia Budnick. Thing is, when she spikes, she doesn't even have to move all that much. Perfect positioning from her.
6 kills for Budnick, 31 assists for Mullen as Mullen goes back on serve. Received by Sylvester, set by Reed. The spike from Barnes is blocked, recovered by Dunn, set by Reed, spike Lamorticelli, and Lamorticelli gets it.
Mia Jones diving out for that one with Neve pushed up a bit. Good effort from Jones, but she can't get to it.
That's 3 kills for Shannon Lamorticelli, 9 assists for Kira Reed, tied with Brooke Mitchell for the team lead in assists. This serve from Barnes, taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Budnick spike blocked, recovered by Mullen, followed up by Neve. Tipton fires, and Tipton delivers again.
What a game, Jesse, that Molly Tipton has had for Brookline all across the board. What was that, 10 kills?
That is exactly 10 kills.
10 kills, also 1 block to her name, and just being an integral player as well.
Serve from Bacon, taken by Sylvester, bumped up by Barnes. Long roll shot by Dunn, received by Bacon, set by Mullen. Ferdinand the spike, deflected, taken by Barnes, set by Reed. Dunn fires, deflected, dug out by Bacon, set by Mullen. Tipton, the roll shot, dug out there, off the ceiling. It's kept alive by Emily Jones, sent over by Lamorticelli, and she hits it.
Lamorticelli spun that one around, somehow keeping it in, and Bishop-Feehan leading here, Jesse, in the third set. Brookline got off to a hot start, but Bishop-Feehan has stormed back.
Now this serve from Lamorticelli, taken by Ferdinand, bumped up by Mullen. Ferdinand, the roll shot, taken there by Lamorticelli, off the ceiling, kept alive by Reed. Punched by Dunn, dug out there by Bacon, followed up by Neve, bumped over by Ferdinand. Received there by Barnes, set by Reed. Dunn the spike, dug out by Neve, set by Mullen. Ferdinand, tap over, taken by Reed, bumped up by Barnes. Dunn tries again, blocked back by, I think, Molly Tipton.
What a job from Tipton. Her second block of the game. Such a force up front for Brookline on the side. We talk so much about Stasia Budnick, but so many different players with great blocking ability for the Warriors.
And Budnick bringing the serve, dug out by Sylvester, followed up by Reed. Awkward punch from Dunn. It's dug out by Bacon, set by Mullen. Ferdinand tries, and oh, they could not receive that legally. Illegal underhit. I think we can be generous and give the kill to Emily Ferdinand there. Kind of a forced error, as that'll be her 7th kill, 32 assists for Mullen. Serve from Budnick, received by Barnes, set by Reed. Dunn, the spike blocked, and cannot be recovered. Molly Tipton with block number 3.
And just like that, it's looking like all Brookline in these points. The Warriors with the upper hand, and just a second ago they were losing.
This serve sent to Reed, set for Emily Jones. And Jones drops it in the bucket there as Brookline was left kind of watching it.
And Brookline, the thing there was Molly Tipton was overcommitted to the center, interestingly enough. And with 2 players way up in front, Tipton hesitated also for a second. Good job by Jones to drop it right in the bucket.
Serve from Brooke Mitchell, received by Bacon, set by Mullen. Thompson the tap over, received by Mitchell. Bumped up by Diamante, and too close to the net. Bishop-Feehan not organized on that pass, as Brookline again up by multiple points, but still close.
And that's all set up by a difficult serve receive on the part of Bishop-Feehan. They have struggled way more than Brookline has. Brookline's been, over the course of this game, quite fundamentally sound receiving serves.
Well, now Bishop-Feehan is on the service receive
Now
after Brookline was good on the service receive on that point. It goes from Dunn to Mitchell to a spike, deflected and dug out by Neve. Chased down by Thompson, but that's an impossible task. No way you're getting that one. And that'll be a point to the Shamrocks.
Well, Bishop-Feehan struggled and receives in general, and now Brookline will have to service receive.
Indeed, back on serve, Bishop Feehan. Dunn sends it over. Received by Knock. Tapped right down by Mia Barnes. And like you said, Sam, the service receive is everything. And that was not the kind of service receive that Brookline wanted there.
And the fact that Maya Knock had to bump it backwards over like that left Brookline vulnerable.
Serve received by Neve, chased down by Mullen. Long spike, Ferdinand dug out by Sylvester. Set by Mitchell, the spike deflected and taken by Ferdinand. Set by Mullen. Thompson dug out by Sylvester. Set by Mitchell. Spike there by Perkoski. And, oh, they're saying Thompson touched the net. And it's a point to Bishop Feehan as they take the lead.
That's a killer, and Bishop Feehan has bared the brunt of the most of those types of plays this time, biting Brookline.
And this, I think, is the first time that Brookline has called timeout in this match as they try and get things organized as we're entering the later stages of this third set, Sam, with just a 1-point difference between these two teams.
Brookline here, 2-0 on sets on top, but they are down right now to Bishop Feehan, 17-16 here in the third. Again, at the varsity level, the team needs 3 sets to win. At the JV level, they only need 2.
And it's going to be crucial here. We've talked about during several matches, both JV and varsity, about the race to get to that 20-point threshold to, you know, sort of create this psychological effect in your opponent of, oh God, my opponent is so close. That just gets you a little jittery and causes you to start making mistakes and giving points away. Either team, if they go on a run, they could reach that 20-point threshold in a hurry, with Brookline just 4 points away and Bishop Feehan just 3 away.
100%, Jesse. It'll be so crucial, and Brookline's reached 21st in both of the first 2 sets. They've won both.
This serve from Dunn, received by Knock. Awkward second hit. Just miscommunication along that back line for Brookline as Bishop Feehan comes out of the timeout with a point. Caroline Dunn back on serve. This one taken by Neve. Set by Mullen from the back. It's Bacon with the roll shot. Taken by Dunn. Bumped up by Mitchell. Barnes the spike. Barnes gets it through for the kill.
What a spike by Barnes right down in front of Brookline. With their defenders placed back and people up front, there's nobody in that back middle part.
Dunn serve, dug out by Bacon, kept alive by Mullen and bumped over by Neve. Received there, set by Mitchell. The spike from Perkoski goes long, and Brookline gets a bit of a freebie there. Can they convert this into some momentum?
And right now, Bishop Feehan at 19, 1 more point for the 20. Brookline will have to take advantage of this with the serve-receive struggles and receiving struggles in general that Bishop Feehan have had.
Yeah, Brookline was struggling a bit on the serve-receive those last couple of points. Can they make Bishop Feehan make similar mistakes? Mia Jones, the serve, received by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. Perkoski the spike, taken by Knock, set by Mullen. Bacon the spike, and Bacon gets a big kill there.
What a job by Bacon. Off the bump attempt from Caroline Dunn, who's had a heck of a day herself, but Dunn having to move to her right, unable to turn on it.
7 kills for Bacon, 33 helpers for Nora Mullen. Mia Jones, another serve, dug out by Sylvester, set by Mitchell. Spike blocked, recovered by Barnes, kept alive by Sylvester, bumped over by Brennan, taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Oh, they mistimed it. That's a big miss from Brookline.
Malia Thompson went behind Nora Mullen. Mullen looked like she set it up in the position of herself. So then Thompson couldn't go get it. Unfortunate for Brookline.
Sylvester the serve, sent over on one as Brookline somehow got that point.
That is unreal, Jesse. What an effort for Brookline.
I think that was Mia Jones who got that one. We'll give her a bump kill, I guess.
Sliding bump kill.
20-19, a very close set here in the late stages. Neve's serve, dug out just barely by Dunn, kept alive there and tapped over by Barnes. Taken by Budnick, set by Mullen, spike Bacon. The roll shot went too far, couldn't get the spin she wanted.
Bella Bacon going for a topspin hit there, but she ended up hitting it too straight out. What defense, though, from Bishop Feehan off a tough serve, received the second touch. Unbelievable in setting up an opportunity.
This serve taken by Jones, set by Mullen. Spike Bacon is blocked, recovered by Budnick, bumped up by Neve. Bacon tries again, taps it over. Chased down by Barnes. Set by Mitchell, tap over by Lamorticelli. Diving dig from Mullen, punched over on 2 by Bacon. Taken by Dunn, set by Reed. Spike there, received by Jones. Bumped up by Mullen. Jones from the back, she whiffed on it. Another hitting mistake for Brookline. And Bishop Feehan 3 points away from taking the set.
This time Mia Jones, too focused on trying to generate topspin on the ball while it's moving, couldn't get a clean hit.
And Brookline couldn't get a clean hit on that serve, as that's an ace for Kira Reed. And they are advancing ever closer, as that's going to be a timeout called by Brookline.
Well, this has been back and forth, Jesse, and right now Bishop Feehan with the first real run we've seen in a while at a crucial moment. This is how they started the game, and they're looking a lot like that. But the interesting thing, a lot of Bishop Feehan's success, these teams, Brookline may have a slight edge, but the thing is, when Brookline struggles, that's when Bishop Feehan is great at capitalizing. And we've seen that here.
Absolutely, and now Bishop Feehan 2 points away from taking the set and keeping their hopes alive. As a win for them would send us to a 4th set. Brookline would still have a chance to finish the job and get the win. But they would need to start over from scratch. Let's see if Bishop Feehan can finish the job out of the timeout, or if Brookline can launch an impressive comeback. It'll be Reed back on serve out of the break. Serve received by Jones, set by Mullen. Budnick the spike, dug out there by Reed, bumped up by Lamorticelli, punched over by Dunn. Taken by Neve, set by Mullen. Spike Bacon, and that's exactly how Brookline wanted to come out of that timeout.
Bacon in the perfect spot, and she slices the ball straight across all of the players for Bishop Feehan. And importantly for Brookline, they're at the 20 marker, so psychological effect not as much.
Mullen's serve taken by Sylvester, set by Reed. A tap down, dug out by Mullen. Tap down, blocked, recovered, and it's kept alive by Bishop Feehan. Sylvester bumps it over. Taken now by Jones, set by Mullen. Tipped in the spike, deflected, and dug out there by Dunn. Set by Reed. The spike from Barnes is blocked. I think that was Molly Tipton again.
What a game she has had, Jesse. 4 blocks to her name this evening.
And a timeout called by Bishop Feehan. As I think that, yeah, that was, I'm going to say that was blocked by Molly Tipton. Like you said, Sam, her 4th block today. And boy, Brookline answering the call to action here, as just a couple points ago, it was Bishop Feehan 2 points away from winning the set. Brookline needed twice that just to tie it. Now they need the same amount just to tie it and get us into a win by 2 scenario.
What's pretty wild is Molly Tipton, 4 blocks, also 10 kills. She is the kill leader for Brookline. Bella Bacon second with 8 kills. Across the board, the Warriors, such an imposing team up front.
Out of the timeout, some very big, critical points coming up here. Out of this point, Bishop Feehan will either have set point or Brookline will be within 1. The serve from Mullen, received awkwardly by Barnes, and an ace for Nora Mullen. A huge one there.
That is a killer, Jesse, for Bishop Feehan, coming awkwardly, and you just can't do that in a situation like this.
Another serve from Mullen, received awkwardly, but followed up by Reed. Tapped over by Lamorticelli. Diving dig by Neve. Bumped up by Mullen. Roll shot. Bacon rolls off the net card, and we're tied.
Unbelievable dive by Noga Neve yet again. insanity from the libero position, and Bella Bacon adjusting to the situation across the net.
Serve from Mullen, dug out by Dunn, set by Reed. The spike blocked, recovered by Lamorticelli, set by Reed. Lamorticelli, the spike off the net cord, taken by Bacon, set by Mullen. Roll shot by Budnick, diving dig by Sylvester, set by Reed. Spike Lamorticelli is blocked. Bishop Feehan recovers again, battle at the net, and Tipton wins it! What a play! Molly Tipton, and Brookline unbelievably has set point.
Career game on defense for Molly Tipton. 5 blocks.
I would actually call that one a kill, but still, a match point for Brookline, I should say. Set by Reed. Lamorticelli taps it over, dug out by Neve. Set by Mullen. Tipton finishes! Molly Tipton says, "This is our house and this match is over." Her team leading 12th kill finishes it as Brookline takes the match 3-0.
What a game, Jesse. Molly Tipton, an unbelievable performance. 4 blocks, 12 kills. Insanity for Brookline, carrying the team on her back at the end of the 3rd set. Just unreal. Also, Stasia Budnick performing well up front. Molly Tipton, what a performance.
So many great points all around, an astounding comeback. 6 unanswered points, Sam, to finish for the Warriors. They were down 23-19. It seemed like we were going to a 4th set. It was gut check time for Brookline, and boy, did they answer the call. And that's what you want to see from a team that has championship aspirations. You want to know how they respond when the going gets tough. The going got tough, and Brookline got going.
Well, Jesse, you said it. Good teams have to know how to win, not just pretty, but win ugly. In Brookline, they had a combination tonight.
All right, well, that's going to be the final score there. Final stats for tonight. Molly Tipton, a number of big points in that closing rally. She finishes with a team-leading 12 kills and a team-leading 4 blocks to go with it. Bella Bacon, a strong day as well, 9 kills, 2 aces. Emily Ferdinand with 7 kills. Stasia Budnick, strong up front, 6 kills, 3 aces, 2 blocks, and 1 assist. Nora Mullen, the fulcrum of the team, 36 assists to go along with 3 aces and 1 kill. We also saw 4 kills from Malia Thompson, 2 kills from Skylar Makoluski, 1 kill from Mia Jones, and 2 assists from Noga Neve, as well as several defensive highlights, and 1 ace from Maya Knock. For Bishop Feehan, Caroline Dunn leading their offensive efforts with 9 kills and 2 aces. Brooke Mitchell and Kira Reed each with 10 assists and 1 ace. Shannon Lamorticelli had 4 kills. Ella Perkoski had 3 kills. Mia Barnes had 5 kills and 1 assist. Emily Jones, 2 kills and 1 assist. 2 kills from Charlotte Brennan. 2 assists from Rachel Diamante. Well, that will do it for this one. Brookline improves their record to 13-3 on the year. Bishop Feehan falls to 11-5. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Schlunz Jam in Brookline, Massachusetts. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to check out some helpful links down in the description section of this video down below. You can find a Venmo account that you can use to donate money to the Brookline Girls Volleyball Booster Club. Just make sure you put something like volleyball in the payment caption if you send that donation via Venmo on there. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry has been serving an average of 600 households and 400 students each week, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether that be through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Coolidge Corner on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. 39. And once again, all that information in the description section down below. And you can also find some links related to me that you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments that you may have. I'll be posting highlights from both matches today, JV and varsity, on this YouTube channel, and I'll also be posting them on my social media on Instagram and Facebook. You can find links where you can follow me in the description section and in the bottom right corner of your screen. But for right now, that's going to do it for this stream. Final score, Brookline 3 sets, Feehan none. Set scores 25-19, 25-15, and 25-23. From Schlentz Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts, alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.